Guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. I got a hold of the 604-page cell phone dump from Stephan Nasty Sterns' phone late last week from the Ninth Judicial Court here in Orange County. So I started to sift through it, and there's a lot, and a lot of it is just data and that sort of stuff. But I figured I would go through it with you guys, and if anyone out there, has some more knowledge of this stuff, I would love to dive into this further. But we're going to jump right into that momentarily. But real quick before we get into the video, if you could do me a very quick favor, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you would. I'm trying to hit that 10K mark by the end of the year, and I'm less than 200 subscribers away. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It's free, and if you put the notification bell on for all notifications, you will be informed whenever I post a video. Also, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, that like button yet, I would also appreciate that. That does help the algorithm and all that fun stuff here on YouTube. All right, so let me get over to the document and we can sift through it. So, again, he had a Samsung phone at the time, and this is page 38. There's a first page here. Let me just go up and we can come back up here. So this is actually from, obviously, Monique Worrells. She's the state attorney's office, and this was actually put out November 24th of 2025. These are actually a bunch of records that are in here. As far as this particular document goes that I was given access to from her office. Again, they're not going to give us anything that is, thank God, not anything sexual or involving child abuse. And of course, bank account, credit card numbers, all this other stuff. They do have Maddie's name constantly redacted, which is really the best way to go. Even though we know who they're referring to. And then they do have certain other things redacted, I've noticed here already. Certain links and, that sort of stuff. I guess if you're able to decipher it, like especially if it could be considered obscene material, they didn't let that come through. But again, this is the extraction report. Looks like Cellbrite is the company that does this for the Orange County, Osceola County Sheriff's Office. I believe Orange County did this because, remember, this case was first investigated by Orange County because Madeline was reported missing out of Orange County because she went to school at Hunters Creek Middle School, and that's in Orange County. And then later on, Osceola County Sheriff's Office took over because everything pretty much happened in Osceola County. And then Kissimmee Police Department got a hold of it. So there was, and also St. Cloud, because that's where her remains were found. So a lot of the local law enforcement agencies here in the Orlando area, as well as Kissimmee and St. Cloud, did have their hands in this case. So it was worked by a lot of folks. So there was a lot of information that just came from multiple departments throughout. And again, this is who did the cell phone, dump extraction report, however you want to call it. I'm not a techie guru or all that sort of stuff, but if you happen to be and you would like to provide any information, if you see stuff that you can kind of comprehend, I would love for you to comment, and maybe we can go through it and do another video on it. But it does look like, again, it gives you some information here. The extraction was done on 2/28/2024, 7:57 a.m. And then it ended on the same date at 8:15 a.m. So it's a pretty quick program that pulls everything out. It looks like it's a pretty quick download. Not like those old AOL days that took you forever to download your files. And of course, this is the backup reader, all that sort of stuff. And this kind of narrows down what is in this report. The beginning is like a bunch of calendar stuff. Nothing of super crazy stuff that I could see in it. It's got his call log, 10 calls. He talks to dad a lot and that sort of stuff. 3 chats. Contacts, he's got 116. 131 cookies. Device connectivity 1. Device events are 8. Device info 30. Device users 1, which of course is him. And then he had 1,388 emails on here, 119 applications, 1 instant message, 2 network connections, searched items, 3,044, 197 user accounts, which that could be interesting, 86 user dictionary, bookmarks 136, and data files 87. And there's archives 82, and documents are 5. So again, you remember how he thought he was getting rid of all this stuff, that I accidentally factory reset my phone. Yeah, we all believe that, Stephan. So let me jump back to page 38 here. So this is where it kind of got interesting after we had the phone calls, the calendar stuff, and the phone calls. You could see here that this is when things started happening. He did here. He powered his phone on 2/28/2024 at, it looks like, 2:46 and 25 a.m. I find it interesting because how often do you power off your phone? How often do you guys turn your phone off or reboot it? I don't do it very often myself, but I guess some people might. But again, then it restarted 2:44. Actually, this is the start time rather. Power off. 2:28, 2:28. So he has a couple times where he was turning it on and off for whatever reason he had in his mind. But this one here is where he decided to factory reset his phone. Okay, I accidentally factory reset my phone. I was trying to do an update. Yeah, we sure believe you on that, Stephan. So this one here is 2/27 of 2024 at 12 a.m. is when he first did his factory reset. He was trying to wipe his phone clean, and it says wiped locally by the user, because nobody bought it from the get-go, Stephan, that you accidentally factory reset your phone. And then he did it again 12 minutes later. Actually, this is the day before. Excuse me. This is the day before 2/26 of 2024. Looks like we're going in reverse order. So okay, so all this stuff up here would be the most current to the oldest. All right, there we go. So the day before, he also factory reset his phone on 2/26/2024 at 12:48 p.m. He did it twice. And it looks like on January of that year he reset his phone. So whatever he was doing with that. And then he had on 9/15 of 2023, he had a factory reset as well. I have never factory reset my cell phones, like, ever. I've never done that. I've rebooted a phone if I'm having trouble, but even that's pretty rare. So all right, here's some device info. This is, I guess, his information. If you are a techie kind of person, you know about this stuff. I guess that would mean some stuff to you. But yeah, there's his information. And the owner, it looks like he last logged in on 2/28/2024 at 2:46 a.m. And that's just more information about the device. Okay, now we're getting to emails. So this was getting a little more interesting. So again, remember, we're going from most recent on the top, and then it gets to the older stuff that they were able to pull off the phone. So on 2/27 of 2024, and it's going to have, looks like all the HTML. The only reason I know much about that is because I used to do, websites and stuff. So I kind of know a little bit. But they redacted all this stuff. So I'm really curious what this was. But it says item was truncated due to length. So, And of course, that's his email. Remember, that was his name, Sunset. So that was incoming. You had another one on 2/27/2024. This is a Google user on the 27th. Looks like he was trying to get access to his Google information, logging in and that sort of stuff. And then you had again on the 27th at 10:07 and 27 seconds on PM. And he's got, looks like there's some email about some crazy Battletech thing. Remember, he's into all this weird gaming and role-playing crap. So there you go. That's to do with that. And then, okay. This potentially looks like it could be a sexual sort of a video. It says ballet, just a simple day at Vagnova Academy. And it has a TikTok account. So either way, it's some kind of crazy crap that he apparently was following. And then you've earned a free travel spray, which he probably really needs right now because he doesn't like to take showers when he's in jail or prison, so he probably needs some body spray about now. And then 2/27 at 8:46 p.m. So we're still on February 27th of 2024. Let's see. Could a coach tell you no to transferring departments? So this is a Reddit. So this is like I guess he's doing a Reddit, and this was a response to something. And remember, he goes on Reddit. Used to go on Reddit all the time and offer his advice because he was so knowledgeable in all these areas. And we're still on the 27th. The subject is functional fashion perfected. Whatever that has to do with. It's not a whole lot of information there. Light the way with Streamlight favorites. Looks like these are weapon lights and flashlights. Okay, so this is like, apparently, this is about like flashlights and tactical gear for lights. I don't know why he would need that or how he would get involved in that. And then he's got a delicious deal alert. $5 off a $25 order. And, Little Caesars. I bet you're wishing you had some Little Caesars about now there in prison there, Stephan. Titanic Tuesday on the Lady Death. Looks like another of his crappy role-playing and all that sort of junk. And looks like this is a residential land. So that's like a real estate email. And here's some, looks like some anime stuff. Gundam email. Pretty typical stuff you would assume that he would get in his email box. Let's see. Just in, Aloha Sun Rotom disposable. Oh, looks like something kind of vape. Yeah, there we go. This is about probably his vapes that he's interested in. Because he liked to vape. Here's some kind of email from Etsy. Looks like just a weekly roundup. So I guess he was an Etsy kind of person, or at least he was in there. And then there's a newsletter from, okay, this is also Lady Death, so that's more, that role-playing, comic book, all that sort of stuff like that. And then he's getting emails from Disney Vacation Club. We're still on 2/27 of 2024. He gets a lot of crap. Almost gone, free orthopedic dog bed. Last chance to snag your pup's bed. And then a magic band for every fan. There's a Disney store. Thanks for your payment. Guess he made a payment to Walmart. I guess he had a Walmart card, it looks like. Automatic payment for Walmart. He paid them $47.08. I'm sure that was not money he ever earned. And we're still on the 27th. This one is from Summer. It's like the subject is Summer Sun and Campfire Chronicles. Let's see. Okay, this is some sort of a photo website or something, it looks like. Which is really creepy, you know, when you know that he's the things he was into. And then you have remodel this SFH in well-kept Merritt Island neighborhood. So there it looks like another real estate sort of thing. I remember his dad is into real estate, so I guess he probably got into there. And looks like he got an Amazon package delivered. Yay for you. And they're not giving us any information besides that he received an Amazon package. Let's see. Celebrate National Pokemon Day. Won't be celebrating that in prison, Stephan. Florida's premier real estate loan. More real estate garbage. There's still time. Fill your basket for less at our Stock Up and Save event at Michael's. He just doesn't seem like the type to shop at Michael's craft store. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the hell he would get into that. And he's got an email from Disney 2323. Next email is your weekly progress report from Fitbit. Yeah, because I'm sure he was doing all kinds of working out. Yeah. And we're still on the 27th. Exclusive offer is from Tamagotchi Crap. Dragons Hoard More Crap. For all that stuff. And I'm not trying to insult people who are into it, but, you know. Spring is Calling. From Shein. Guess he shopped on Shein, too. Next, we're going to see something from Temu. You never know. Kuru Spring Collection. Footwear. Because Stephan was so fashionable. Free matches and classes with the Ultimate membership. So it gets from the Orlando Gun Club. He was a part of their email list, too. And this one is the Trail Beacon Nuclear Option from Busey Knife Group. It's kind of crazy that he's got all these emails from gun stuff and now a knife group. Another Shein email. Because he needed to make sure he was stylish. Because he never went anywhere. Oh. Okay, here's a TikTok. This looks like it's probably, you know, a young person or a youngish, some kind of a female he was following. Sexy Red, my baby dad. Yeah. Stephan, come see what's new. Buy, sell, and save. There's from eBay. Let's see. The Cecilia with Tana Butt is now on sale. Making me think that that could be something very, you know, inappropriate. Alphabet Bull search for support. eToro.com. Not familiar with that site. Snag big savings now. Here's another email from Walmart. Because I guess he was an avid Walmart shopper. And you got... Okay, this one here looks like it's from Vader's Vault. Guess that's more of his role-playing card games and all that sort of stuff. Rainier Arms. This one probably is some of that stuff or as well. Here's those perfumes again, micro perfumes. He gets a free travel spray every 2 you purchase. Yeah, Stephan. Too bad they won't allow those in the prison. Orlando Weekly, send him emails. Now this one's weird. No subject from an unknown sender. Looks like it's just no body, just an attachment or something. here's an email from Audible. And another one from Michaels because he needed to get involved in his spring craft ideas for the kiddos. Ugh, that just freaks me out. A security alert. On 2/27, a new sign-on Galaxy S23. That was probably when he was screwing around with his accidental factory reset. Here's an email from Quora Digest about could zombies exist according to science. And it says, no, a Harvard researcher actually wrote a scientific paper about what it would take for zombies to exist. It was both serious and humorous at the same time because zombies don't have and I guess you have to go to the thing to figure it out. Well, he's got plenty of time to think about, if zombies could take over the earth and all that sort of stuff while he's hanging out in his cell. And here's something from... Okay, so this was probably around the same time he's trying to finish resetting up his Galaxy after he did his accidental reset. And here's more of that security alert. So now we are on the 26th. So remember, it's the 26th and 27th that we saw that he was doing this accidental reset crap. All right. So he apparently liked to be on the Reddit group Advice for Teens because everybody wants a creepy ass guy like Stephan Sterns in their Reddit group when they're a teenager. And it says grossed out by sex. Grossed out by sex is not that I don't feel sexual attraction or don't want to have sex. More of when I think about sex, I feel grossed out. I don't know why. Yeah. Hopefully nobody took his advice in there. And it looks like there's another TikTok email. There's another sale for the micro perfumes. Then we've got crossbred holsters. There's a sale. Yeah, we don't need people like Stephan having guns and knives hanging around town. And here's another one, tactical supplies. And then you've got StockX.com. The Japanese luxury brand provides a variety of designs and styles to suit nearly any occasion. Okay. Let's see. Optics Planet. That looks like it's binoculars and that sort of stuff. And here's an email. I guess some about it kind of recruiting for a firm with real estate. And here's something from a vape company with, I guess, some sort of a pro kit. Photo Mine, best photos of the week. Jeans denim decor from Etsy. I don't know. I just can't see him. I can't see him on Etsy, and then shopping at Michael's. Those, and then the whole perfume stuff. Just doesn't. It doesn't fit. And then the Disney store. Because he's Mr. Disney and all. And here's a Coffin Comics Shop. Send him an email. It's a Kickstarter. Final Hours. Okay, now this is probably an exotic store, putting it mildly. Final Hours to score big in the bedroom. Hot Octopus. Yeah. It's snack time, Stephan. From Wawa. You're going to be missing those quick bites from Wawa while you're in the big house there for the rest of your days. And Marco's offers Action Azorcom, whatever that is. It could either be gaming stuff or something completely different. Rainer Arms, more ammo, weapon garbage. Here is Macari. Guess he was on there. Here's Uber Eats. Won't be getting that in prison either. Here's more Michaels because he earned a voucher. Because apparently he was a very good Michaels shopper. Warhammer email. Looks like footwear. Another Michaels email because he's so valued by them. And this looks like TikTok from Will Smith. Let's see. eToro. Whatever that is. It's kind of hard with some of the redactions to know what some of these are. Let's see. Adobe Illustrator. And you got an email from Amazon Business. Why pay full price for your micro perfumes? Well, did you stock up, Stephan? Did you stock up at the time? Your monthly statement's available from his red card. I guess he shopped at Target too. I remember he did mention Target for his card games. Optics Planet. There's some secret app sale. The Candy Club. Yeah, that's I would say that's PORN related. Michaels, they're telling him there's an Easter sale, but he was already in jail by then, so I don't think he was hopping to your stores anymore. And Marco's offers some sort of stuff there. Amazon. He got his Amazon order on 2/26 for Turbo Cat Scratcher toy. Yeah. And Shein, because he was going for that Shein style. All right, now we're on 2/25. Tamagotchi garbage. Personalized playlist recommendation from Spotify. Wonder what crap he listened to on Spotify. TikTok from an Amy Johnston. Notification. Here's another Reddit email from substitute teachers. Yeah, it says, what is it like subbing with LAUSD? I just got my onboarding date and I'll most likely start mid-April to early May. What is it like? So I guess that's something in California. The Reddit groups that he was in, makes you wonder. Then he got an email from Busey Knife Group. More micro perfume deals because, you know, gotta stock up before that deal ends. Rainer Arms, more sales from them. And Little Caesars wants you to end your week with pizza and some crazy bread. Did you get any of that before you got arrested, Stephan? Did you get any crazy bread? Yeah. Dart Zone. Let's see. Optics Planet. More vape. More footwear. Here's a Cura Digest. And the subject is, can Darth Vader use the bathroom? Yeah, because that's something I think about every day. If Darth Vader can use the bathroom. And it says, yes, and it's grosser than you think. Take a look at the Canon diagram of Vader's suit below. Notice what is said on his cyborg implants. These are the things that folks like Stephan think about. How Darth Vader goes to the bathroom. Here's an email from the Busey Knife Group again. Klarna telling him he's got a scheduled payment for Walmart, which we saw above. Comics, Coffin Comics. Let's see, more ammo. Rainer Arms. Macari. That's more about Tamagotchis. They're Tamagotchis, whatever the hell those things are called. Orlando Weekly telling him about the best brunch ever. Uber Eats. which I think that unless she's not doing it anymore, your ex Jen Soto might be working for Uber Eats there, Stefan. It's too bad she can't deliver to you in prison. New paw.com and Bark exclusive, so I guess that's the Bark box. Let's see. He got a $20 Amazon credit. You know his Prime membership had to be paid for by Daddy. Yeah. So it looks like he's got a delay on his subscribe and save. How awful. Oh, look at that. It's his delivery for Good Wipes flushable aloe butt wipes. Wow. Well, did that inconvenience you, you know, in the end of February because your butt wipes were delayed, Stefan? Did they ever come before you had the cuffs put on? Did you ever get a chance to use those butt wipes again? I don't think they offer those in prison or the jail. And there's Etsy, anime. There's his, I guess where he ordered, well, they shipped his, Yow catnip toy. Yeah. Walmart's telling him that there's a clearance drop. Shein. More stylish things for the non-stylish. TikTok. Annie, his father's son. Toddlers of TikTok. OMG. Do you guys see that? Hashtag toddlers of TikTok. I don't want to know any more than that. Michaels wants him to future-proof his terrain. It's a flash sale at his Micro Perfumes place. Amberjack. Originally coffee has been restocked. Is it coffee or candy that's coffee, Stefan? Because we all know how you are about your sugar crap. And here's some top picks on their weekly ad from Target. Orlando Weekly. More Michaels asking him to fill his cart with spring savings. R.A. Salvatore from Audible. Teen Marvel. Your Teen Marvel order is now complete. Because he downloaded. Oh dear God. Downloads product expires Heidi Pino lotion. I don't know if I want to know more than that. Archery. I don't think he should be. He's not the type of person that should be getting archery supplies, knives, guns, any of that. A shipment from your order is on the way. I'm not sure who this is with. JYWTMGC. That could be something suspicious. He was given a refund from the same people. Okay, actually, no, this is Digimon. Okay. For some reason, they redacted the one above it, but they didn't redact this one. And we're on the 24th, it looks like now. So it looks like you have received a refund because I guess they couldn't ship his Nightmare Soldiers to him from Digimon. How sad. Teen Marvel. More Reddit. Talking about Walmart employees. Let's see. More emails about the... Actually, I guess that's when he actually placed the order for the catnip toy. TikTok. Turbo's Cat Scratcher. Micro Perfumes is having a Yayas weekend flash sale. Best Buy Optics Planet, more of those binoculars and all that sort of stuff. More comic shop from the Coffin Comic Shop. Vapes. That looks like it's anime. Michael's wanting him to stock up because he's one of their best shoppers. Cura Digest. Could Darth Plagueis have fully healed Darth Vader after Mustafar? Yeah. Who cares? Marco's offers. Frontline Gaming. Warhammer. Uber Eats. Etsy. Audible. Macari. TikTok. See, I think some of the TikToks were probably borderline odd, and I know the toddlers one really freaked me out. It's like knowing that he's a predator, and he's now been classified as a predator by the state of Florida. Him following that sort of stuff and on Reddit and TikTok and all that sort of stuff is, yeah. More perfumes. Untuck It. Turns out you do need a black shirt for spring. I think he had that covered. I think he didn't have much else but black and all that sort of crap for his clothes. Spectrum at Reunion Resort. Orlando Weekly. More Michaels. Madrid Cruisers Blowout. Okay, what's this one? This is Reddit. So, Walmart employees. Did he ever work at Walmart? I don't know if we ever found that out. We knew he worked at Disney, and then he worked some real estate and some other odd jobs, but the fact that he followed the Reddit group with Walmart employees makes you think that he might have worked at Walmart. Little Caesars offering him to upgrade to jalapeno or bacon. You ain't gonna ever have that again. TikTok notification. More perfumes. You think with all these emails from this micro perfume company that he would have a lot of body mists and stuff. Stock X. Coffin Comics. Yeah, most of this stuff is pretty, pretty meh. Probably crap that a lot of people get. Optics Planet. Proven Arms. Walmart. Your package has arrived. Okay, here is what I've seen people discussing. So here we get something interesting. Your sevoflurane USP inhaler was delivered. Yeah. We need to look further into this. I didn't watch anybody else's videos because I know some of the other channels were discussing some of this stuff. I didn't watch any of them because I wanted to wait till I got it and did my own. So I think we need to do a little research into what exactly Stephan ordered from Walmart.com in February. Alright, so I Googled it. Tried to find a reputable website because you want to make sure you get a reputable website. I don't go by the AI stuff. So sevoflurane, here's mayoclinic.org because they're pretty reliable. You can disagree with me if you want in the comments and let me know your thoughts, of course. It says, inhaled sevoflurane is used to cause general anesthesia, loss of consciousness, before and during surgery. It belongs to the group of medicines known as general anesthetics. This medicine is to be given only by or under the direct supervision of a doctor. Okay, first of all, how the hell did he buy this from Walmart.com? He is not a medical professional. How can you buy this from Walmart.com? And we're going to check into that too. So it says, before using, looks like the risk should be weighed against the good it will do. So here's the question. What was Stephan doing with this medication? What was he doing with an inhaled medication that causes loss of consciousness? Was he using this on Madeline, on Maddie, to knock her out? Yeah. And then, of course, it says right here, this medication is to be given only by or under the direct supervision of a doctor. So how did you buy this on Walmart.com, Stephan? How did you buy this? Well, let's see if we can pull it up. Let's see. Let's look it up. See, it's not really coming up here for me. That's why I'm wondering if he had a prescription for it. Because it makes no sense that he got this from Walmart.com. Because as you guys can see right here, we just searched for it. Okay? We just searched for this medication. And it's not coming up here at all. So let me go back here. Let's do another search here. I'll put Walmart. Let's do some own investigation. Of course, they're talking about it on Reddit. It's funny, the first results we get are, why did Stephan Sterns get it? So, I just want to know, how the hell did he get this? Yeah. How did you get that, Stephan? How did you get... Let's see. It said inhaler, so let's see if there's any different results. It's still an antiseptic that you have to use during surgery. So I don't know how, and this is now showing veterinary products. So is this used for animals as well? Let's see. Wow. Causes suroflurane and other inhaled anesthetics also result in bronchodilation, blunting of the hypoxia, hypercapnia, ventilatory response, and reverse hypoxic pulmonary vasoconstriction. Remember, guys, I'm not a trained medical person, and I don't know always how to pronounce all this stuff. Yeah. Does it put you to sleep? It says inhaled is used to cause general anesthesia. I have so many questions about how the hell Stephan Sterns got this. So here is a veterinary product. See if we can pull this up. All right, let's see. Okay, so this one here, it says it's for induction and maintenance of general anesthesia in dogs. Did he learn about this from Mama and Papa Sterns? Did they use this for their poodles and all that sort of stuff? I still want to know, Stephan, how you got this medication. How did you order something that is supposed to be only used by a medical professional before and after surgery? That is very, very scary. Yeah. I don't know, guys. That definitely is very suspicious. So he looks like he got this on 2/23. With it redacted, I don't know where it arrived to, but do y'all think this maybe arrived to his mom and dad's home? And then he took it with him when he went to Kissimmee to see Jen and Madeline? Did he use this the night after her birthday party? Did he use this on Madeline? Yeah. The questions will be persistent at this point because unfortunately we didn't get a trial, and it still burns me that we don't get a lot more answers from him. And the fact that they allowed him to plead no contest to her murder still burns me up. But what burns me even more is the fact that Jen Soto is still walking free somewhere in Central Florida. Yeah. Well, you can't escape the great creator above, Jen, because one day you'll have to answer. Maybe not here on the earth, but you'll have to answer for your actions one day. So I decided to skip a little bit. We'll probably have to do this in a couple parts, but I skipped a little bit and went ahead and grabbed a few of the more interesting ones so we can get by this pizza garbage and all that sort of stuff and what have you. So here on 2/18, payment was declined for Discord. Now, a lot of us use Discord in a totally normal way, but Discord is also known, unfortunately, for pervs. Yeah. So his payment was declined, and there's other ones that are declined, but I at least saw this 3 or 4 times it was declined. His Fitbit payment was declined. A few other things also have come up that were declined. So obviously he wasn't really paying for anything on his own unless he was pulling the money in when he sold something, but I'm sure he was getting his money from Mama and Papa Sterns. Let's jump to this one here, which I found interesting here. Let's get by some of this perfume and other junk. Okay, here you can see on line 461, you can see we're on page 161. He had some email. I don't know who this was to because they've redacted it, but it says subject is forms. It says ask redacted if they have any standard forms available to serve as acknowledgement and consent on the part of each of the tenants regarding the rules and regulations and condominium documents. And I didn't document it here on my notes, but if you scroll down here a little bit to the next page on line 464, there was a whole forward he received from somebody. I'm going to guess it might have been Jen about community update revision of rules and regulations. So this may have been regarding the condo in Kissimmee. That's my guess. Anyway. Then we're going to jump to page 173. And he made a Disney and then he made a Walt Disney World theme park reservation on 2/15 of 2024. So I don't know when he made the reservation for. Oh, it's for March 3rd. I don't think he ever got to the parks. Do you guys think? Because I think he was arrested by that point. But again, and he has another one here for March 2nd. So I don't know if he. And I hate to say that this wasn't planned with Maddie because something further into this had me thinking it may or may not be related. It just could be, but it's just very crazy. And when we get to it, you guys will know what I'm talking about. And let's jump to page 193. And here's another one for photo memories, and they're all redacted. Again, this is from 214. I don't know if they were just redacted because law enforcement just redacted all the photos, or if there was something creepy and not legal there. Because typically they would be redacted if it was something to that effect, or unless they were pictures of Maddie. But, and I'm not saying in a bad way, but just pictures of Maddie, which, because her name is redacted all over the paperwork, so, because she's a minor. And we're going to jump 3 pages up. You can see here on line 587, his payment was declined before that one on 214 for Discord. Yeah. Again, I don't think Stephan was very good with money or anything to do with money. And it sounds like his parents already pretty much told us that in previous interviews when they were willing to talk a bit. We're gonna jump to page 213. Now this one is connected to the most interesting piece that we've gotten out of this dump so far from his Samsung phone. It is the several fluorine was shipped from Walmart.com on February 13th of 2024. Yeah, so that was shipped on the 13th. And we're gonna jump to page 228, and this is where I have questions because I don't know if he posted this or someone else posted it, but you can see here on 212, and this is the day before the medication, I don't want to say, well, the drug anyway, that it shipped, okay, 2/12 of 2024. It's a Reddit post in Advice for Teens. I think I got my girlfriend pregnant. It says, I think I got my girlfriend pregnant. My girlfriend, who is 15, missed her period this month and we are scared. If I tell my parents or her parents, we will most likely get kicked out. Does that have anything to do with Madeline and Jen Soto? I realize this is saying 15, but he could be changing the date, some information here. Again, why the hell was he in a Reddit subreddit for Advice for Teens? Yeah. And I'm just going to skip to the last one. I will say there was more Discord denial, declined payments, and then his Disney annual pass payment was declined. And I saw Fitbit was also declined at one point or another. But this here is, I think that this one here may be the order for the anesthesia drug. 2/11/2024 at 6:30 and 17 seconds a.m. from Walmart.com. Thank you for your order. It's all redacted, and of course it doesn't actually say that in this information, but it would sort of fit because the medication shipped a day later. So was this the anesthesia medication? Is this when he ordered it on 2/11? And did it have to do with that Reddit post? Did he post that and change some information and act as though that he was a teenager? I mean, it could be just an odd coincidence, but I don't know. He's in an Advice for Teens Reddit group, and that already, in my opinion, is completely suspicious and very odd. That is for sure. So I'm going to sift through the rest of these emails and that way I can get them all organized. And if there's anything else that is odd, I will definitely do a second video on the emails, and then I'll go through the rest of this, because remember, we're only like 200 and something pages in. We are only like 254, 55 pages in to the 604 page document from the Samsung cell phone extraction from Stephan Sterns back in February of 2024. So it's definitely very strange. Obviously, the most odd thing is this anesthesia drug, which I know everybody else who's learned of this has many questions. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments, of course. And with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.